Welcome, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Samuel Grant, and I want to personally thank you for joining me today. After working with thousands of men for over 30 years, men navigating their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, I noticed something that at first seemed almost unbelievable. Some men continue to live with energy, confidence, and clear purpose well into their older years. Others, however, begin to decline far earlier, losing physical vitality, mental sharpness, and a sense of direction. The natural question is, why? Why do some age with strength and clarity while others begin to fade far too soon? You might think the answer lies in cutting-edge medical treatments or the latest high-end supplement. But surprisingly, the real secret isn't futuristic at all. It lies in a place where men routinely defy expectations around aging. Japan. Here, men in their 70s and even 80s still walk daily with strength in their steps, contribute meaningfully to society, and maintain clarity and calm in their lives. And they do this not with pills or high-tech interventions, but through a remarkably natural, structured, and wise way of living. Today, I'll take you through what I've discovered. Not abstract theories, but real, practical principles. You'll see that these men follow a lifestyle that's simple yet deeply powerful. Rooted in science, backed by results. And the best part? You can apply these insights right where you are, starting today. Before we get into it, I'd love to know who I'm speaking to. Drop your name and city in the comments below. It's always an honor to be joined by men who take their well-being seriously. If you find value in what I'm about to share, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the next chapters. And if you have any personal questions about health or longevity, feel free to share them below. I often choose the most useful ones to answer in upcoming sessions. Let's begin with the first secret, a foundational mindset and daily rhythm that Japanese men embrace, but which many Western men have unintentionally overlooked. Secret number 1, live slowly with purpose, the hidden rhythm behind strength that lasts. If you ever find yourself in Okinawa, one of Japan's longest living regions, you'll notice something right away. The men there don't live in a rush. They don't bolt out the door in a frenzy or collapse into bed, drained and scattered. Instead, they live with intention and balance. Their mornings start quietly, often with a walk around the neighborhood, a few stretches, a smile exchanged with a neighbor. Then a few minutes of deep breathing, silent reflection, or light movement. Not because they're told to do so, but because it's part of who they are. At the center of this rhythm is a beautiful concept the Japanese call ikigai. It means a reason to wake up in the morning, a quiet motivation that adds meaning to everyday actions. Whether it's tending a garden, teaching a grandchild something new, or contributing to a local community group, they stay engaged in ways that matter deeply to them. Now here's where the science comes in. When a man wakes up with a sense of purpose, when he feels useful, when he maintains warm connections and continues contributing to his circle, that mindset has measurable effects on his entire body. It improves energy flow, supports cognitive clarity, and helps keep his systems functioning in rhythm. In contrast, many men in Western cultures begin to feel lost after 60. They retire, slow down, and without realizing it, disconnect from the things that once gave them structure and identity. What truly causes early decline isn't always aging itself. It's the quiet loss of direction. When a man loses his sense of importance, his systems slow. That's why adopting a lifestyle that's slower but intentional, rooted in community and grounded in meaning, isn't just a philosophical idea. It's a science-backed strategy for staying vibrant. Now, if you're still watching at this point, I know you care. Type the number 1 in the comments just so I know you're with me. Let's keep moving forward. Secret number 2, eat clean, live light, how simple Japanese foods support energy and clarity. Many people associate the Japanese diet with sushi, seaweed, or green tea. And while those foods certainly appear often, the real power lies in the simpler, lesser-known ingredients that quietly support longevity, mobility, and mental clarity. One example is a food called natto, a fermented soybean dish with a strong smell and sticky texture. While not everyone outside of Japan finds it appealing, natto contains an enzyme called nattokinase, which has been shown to support circulation, reduce internal pressure, and promote better nutrient delivery throughout the body. Another star of the traditional Japanese diet is fatty fish, like mackerel, salmon, and saba. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce internal inflammation, support healthy blood vessels, and promote cognitive health. When consumed regularly, they act as natural supporters of energy and resilience. Even more quietly powerful are the humble vegetables and seaweeds that frequently appear on Japanese dinner plates. Kombu, wakame, daikon radish, spinach, and other low-starch plants. These provide essential fiber, trace minerals, and iodine, which support healthy metabolism and energy regulation. Unlike diets overloaded with starch, sugar, or processed oils, the Japanese approach is light, clean, and deeply nourishing. But it's not just about the ingredients, it's the structure. Meals are eaten slowly, in calm settings. Portion sizes are modest. There's balance across colors, textures, and temperatures. Eating is not rushed, it's respected. And over time, this builds a body that runs clean and steady. None of these are magical superfoods, but when consumed regularly and paired with a purposeful life and balanced movement, they support long-term vitality in quiet but profound ways, not through force, but through harmony. Secret number 3, move with intention, how gentle daily motion unlocks lasting energy. Here's a common myth. Once you reach your 60s or 70s, you should stop pushing your body and start taking it easy. While it's true that we need to respect our limits, Japanese men have shown us that staying active in the right way is not just safe, it's essential. But here's the difference. They don't head to the gym chasing muscle gains. They don't force high-intensity routines or punish their joints. Instead, they commit to small, smart, and consistent movement every single day. A brisk walk at sunrise, light exercises following the Katsujin undo method, a traditional approach focused on circulation, posture, and range of motion, stretching routines focused on the hips, spine, and legs. It may look simple from the outside, but these movements stimulate the nervous system, energize the body, and help maintain balance, coordination, and mental sharpness. Even just 15 to 20 minutes per day of intentional movement can unlock better sleep, improved digestion, steadier moods, and a more energized frame of mind. No special machines, no noisy gyms, just you, your body, and your breath. Most importantly, these activities signal the body that it's still being used and needed. That alone can slow down the fading process many men accept far too early. Movement becomes a way to stay in tune, not to fight aging, but to adapt to it wisely. Secret number 4, emotional balance. The quiet force that anchors energy and mindset. This next secret may surprise you. After decades of consulting with men in their 60s and 70s, I've come to believe that one of the greatest hidden influences on long-term vitality is not a physical habit, but an emotional one. In my consultations, I've seen that when a man is emotionally supported, when he feels heard, respected, and understood, his entire way of showing up in life changes. He becomes calmer, clearer, and more rooted. Whether that support comes from a spouse, a friend, a sibling, or a trusted community, emotional stability acts as a grounding force, helping to regulate the mind and calm the body's internal stress signals. Science now confirms what traditional cultures have long known. Emotional safety triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's built-in recovery system. This allows better digestion, deeper sleep, sharper memory, and balanced internal rhythms. Over time, it even helps regulate energy levels and supports mental focus. Japanese culture deeply honors quiet companionship and nonverbal support. A shared meal, a walk with a friend, sitting in silence together without the need to talk. These small acts of connection foster a sense of balance that goes far beyond what medicine can offer. Secret number 5, rethink aging. Why mindset matters more than age. Let me share something powerful that I've seen over and over again in my practice. When men enter their 60s and 70s, they often begin to wrestle with an invisible question. Is my best behind me? And depending on how that question is answered, everything changes. In Western culture, there's a tendency to see aging as decline, as a time to step back, fade out, and give up the roles once held. But in Japan, older men are not viewed as fading figures. They're seen as sages, those with wisdom, balance, and calm leadership. Age in their eyes is not a weakness, but an elevation. This mindset carries a ripple effect. Japanese men over 60 often remain deeply involved in family decisions, local traditions, and community leadership. Their opinion is sought after. Their presence is valued. That sense of significance creates an internal strength that no supplement can replicate. When a man believes he still has something meaningful to offer, he tends to live with more structure, more care, and more optimism. And that in turn supports resilience, clarity, and even physiological balance. In other words, how you think about aging may shape how you age more than anything else. In the next part, we'll dive into the next set of principles: how Japanese men rest, reset, and recharge with remarkable efficiency, and why that plays a huge role in helping them feel grounded and energized long past what most people expect. But for now, if you've stayed with me this far, let me know by dropping the number 3 in the comments. I appreciate your attention, your curiosity, and your willingness to explore these deeper truths. We're only just beginning. Let us now continue on this journey where real transformation does not come through shortcuts or magic formulas, but through the careful stitching together of small, deeply human habits. In the previous part, we explored how Japanese men maintain a meaningful life rhythm through slow, purposeful living, natural foods, simple movement, and emotional grounding. But none of these strategies work in isolation. The strength of their system lies in how seamlessly these elements are woven together. Not as disconnected pieces, but as a full-circle approach to daily life. This brings us to one of the most underestimated but powerful aspects of vitality after 60, rest. Not sleep alone, but the larger ecosystem of recovery that supports the body's ability to restore and regenerate from the inside out. In my decades of observing men's health patterns, I've noticed something fascinating. The body rarely breaks down from aging alone. It often falters because rest is poorly timed, rushed, or misunderstood. In the Japanese lifestyle, rest is not treated as an afterthought. It is planned, structured, and respected as a crucial part of the daily cycle. Unlike the Western approach, where productivity is often glorified at the expense of personal well-being, the Japanese see restoration as an active process. It's not just about sleeping 7 or 8 hours at night. It's about how the entire day flows into a natural arc of recovery and renewal. After lunch, many older Japanese men make time for a short nap. Not a lazy indulgence, but a deliberate pause to reset the nervous system. Evenings are slow and gentle, often involving meditation, stretching, or light conversation. By 9 p.m., most avoid harsh lighting and screen exposure, allowing the body to naturally transition toward rest. This alignment with the body's natural circadian rhythm allows their internal systems to regulate efficiently. It reduces stress hormones, supports heart health, balances energy levels, and improves clarity. Rest, when done right, isn't passive, it is active healing. Equally important are their physical recovery habits. Traditional practices like onsen, hot spring baths, warm foot soaks before bed, or even short sauna sessions are deeply rooted in the Japanese approach to daily care. These simple rituals promote circulation, release muscular tension, and calm the nervous system in a way that prepares the entire body for deep, uninterrupted sleep. Science confirms this too. Thermal therapies, particularly in the evening, help signal the brain to enter a recovery state. They stimulate the release of calming hormones, enhance blood flow, and improve cellular repair. What the West might consider luxuries, Japan embraces as necessities. What's remarkable is how ordinary these habits seem. They don't involve expensive equipment or complicated techniques, but when practiced consistently, they create a stable inner rhythm that supports energy, clarity, and adaptability as the years advance. In fact, it is this predictability, this consistency, that becomes the foundation for sustained wellness. While the rest of the world looks for complex answers, the Japanese quietly return to basics, and in doing so, achieve something truly extraordinary: the ability to feel alive every day regardless of age. But consistency does not come without something deeper: discipline. The next piece of this lifestyle puzzle is one that modern culture often resists. Yet without it, even the best advice fails. Japanese men have cultivated a relationship with discipline that is not based on pressure, guilt, or self-punishment. Rather, it stems from respect for the body, for the day, and for the privilege of aging well. This is perhaps the most transformative secret of all. Secret number 6, quiet discipline, the invisible engine behind daily energy and clarity. What sets Japanese men apart is not just what they do, but how unwaveringly they do it. They understand that vitality isn't built in grand bursts of effort, but through daily consistency, repeated with quiet determination. Whether it's choosing whole foods over processed snacks, sleeping at the same hour each night, or walking each morning, rain or shine, they stick with it. Their routines are not random, nor are they driven by trends. They are based on principles that have stood the test of generations. Eat clean, move daily, rest properly, and live with purpose. Discipline in this context isn't harsh. It's not about perfection. It's about returning again and again to what works. When life gets chaotic, when energy dips, or when stress intrudes, they don't abandon their rhythm. They simplify, they reset, they adjust, but never fully stop. And that's the difference. Too many men in modern society wait until something breaks before taking action. By then, the path back becomes longer and steeper. Japanese men maintain momentum through the small, steady steps that compound over time. It's not glamorous, but it is powerful. There's also something deeply dignified about this form of self-discipline. It's rooted in autonomy and self-respect. By committing to routines that nourish their mind and body, they maintain a sense of control, something that often slips away with age when people start to feel powerless. But when you know your habits are supporting your best self, you walk differently, think more clearly, and handle stress with more composure. That's the unseen reward of consistency. It gives you back a quiet inner strength. And this strength is not limited to the physical. It bleeds into every area of life. Better decision-making, steadier relationships, more balanced emotions, and a deeper sense of presence in the moment. Over time, that stability becomes more valuable than any short-term boost or external fix. The Japanese understand that longevity isn't about adding more things, but about subtracting the unnecessary, refining what works, and staying with it. Secret number 7, total alignment, where thoughts, habits, and environment work in harmony. Now let's talk about what happens when all of this comes together, not as isolated habits, but as a fully integrated system. What makes the Japanese approach to aging so effective is that they don't compartmentalize their health. They don't treat food as separate from movement or rest as unrelated to mood. Everything is interconnected. A quiet morning walk improves digestion. Eating lightly in the evening improves sleep. A short nap reduces irritability. A calm mindset sharpens focus. One habit supports the next. This interconnectedness creates something powerful: alignment. When a man's environment, actions, and thoughts are working in harmony, he doesn't need to constantly push or force progress. The system flows. The body responds naturally. You begin to feel that things are finally clicking, not because of some miracle solution, but because everything around you is reinforcing the right direction. This alignment also creates efficiency. You stop wasting energy on overthinking, stress, or second-guessing. You become more focused, more grounded, and more resilient. You can hear your body's signals more clearly. You know when to push and when to pause. This is not about becoming robotic or overly rigid. It's about learning your rhythm and staying inside it as much as possible. What's most beautiful is that alignment creates sustainability. The reason so many people give up on health goals is because their systems are fragmented. They eat well but don't sleep. They exercise but stay overwhelmed. They try to relax but eat poorly. Nothing sticks. But when your habits are coordinated, progress feels natural. Results emerge not through strain, but through flow. Secret number 8, the power of inner stillness. Calm is the new strength. As we near the end of this journey, I want to highlight something that's easy to miss in our noisy, fast-moving world: the quiet strength of stillness. In Japan, stillness is not viewed as inactivity. It is seen as a discipline in itself. Sitting with tea, watching the wind move through trees, practicing slow breathing in the morning. These moments are not wasted time. They are tools for recovery and renewal. Stillness gives the body space to recalibrate. It lowers internal noise. It clears the mental clutter that builds up throughout the day. It allows deeper reflection, more creative thinking, and greater emotional regulation. You begin to see problems more clearly. You respond instead of reacting. You carry yourself with calm authority, and the benefits go far beyond the mind. When practiced regularly, stillness improves heart rhythm, digestion, and focus. It supports immune function and mental resilience. It's a reset button for your entire system. Yet it requires intention. It will not happen by accident in a distracted world. You have to make space for it and protect that space. This is why Japanese men often have rituals built around quiet time. Morning solitude before others wake, a few minutes of reflection after meals, an evening routine free of screens. These are not restrictions. They are acts of self-respect. In stillness, they reconnect with who they are beyond the busyness of daily life. The takeaway: vitality is a lifestyle, not a destination. As we bring this full circle, I want to leave you with a powerful truth. What gives Japanese men their vitality is not a single factor. It's the cumulative power of how they live, a lifestyle that honors the basics, that avoids unnecessary extremes, that focuses on sustainability over speed. Every step they take, whether it's preparing a simple meal, walking at sunrise, or soaking in an evening bath, is done with care and consistency. They don't chase youth. They cultivate presence. You don't need to live in Japan to begin this. You simply need to pause, observe, and rebuild your day with intention. Look at your mornings, your meals, your thoughts, your sleep, your movement. What's missing? What can be simplified? What can be made sacred again? This isn't about being perfect. It's about being aligned. And in that alignment, your energy, clarity, and inner calm can return. Not because you forced them back, but because you created the right space for them to reappear. If this message has resonated with you, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And if you've stayed with me this far, drop the number 5 in the comments so I know you've walked this path with me. Thank you for listening. Stay steady, stay grounded, and never forget, your best years don't live in the past. They live in the way you live today.